My name is Justyn Martin. I play quarterback for Inglewood High School, and I'm signed to UCLA. When I was growing up, I played football, basketball, baseball, really everything. I figured out football was a sport I wanted to commit to when I was middle school, like 7th grade.
I met Justyn actually when I was 11 years old. We played on the same team, Santa Monica Vikings. So it was a crazy duo back then, so we just kept it going from there.
I like playing quarterback because I had the ball in my hand every play and I got to be kind of the leader, natural leader on the team. So that's what I really like about it.
Because of COVID, we kind of pushed the schedule back about, from the time we got on campus to actually time we actually threw the ball was a year and a half. So, I didn't get to see him really do much. So when he first got on the field, it was kind of a struggle. But watching his maturation, his growth, day in and day out, was a sight to see. And, he's still growing. But just knowing the kid's work ethic, his heart, his desire, he's destined for great things.
I worked with quarterback coaches. I worked with Sam Fisher, Steve Clarkson, Danny Hernandez. I work with Darrell all the time. I actually trying to work with him this weekend, but yeah, he's a great speed coach, and he's been teaching me a lot about just the little mechanics of just running everything. But I'm working with him constantly.
He has a super high work ethic, high motor, gifted and talented. 6'6", 220.
When he got here as a football player, it was kind of different because he was so raw. He was just a phenomenal athlete, but he was raw.
What I learned in my time at Sarah was really just to embrace competition because our quarterback room was really competitive, and that's all I really did was try to go out there and compete every day.
I think at Sarah he would have had to fight for time with Malik Murphy. When he went to Inglewood, he went to play with some guys we were familiar with. I think he played 7-on-7 with a couple of those guys.
We kind of transferred at the same time, so I knew it was going to be real good. Me and him back together, playing on the same team. I knew it was going to be good.
When he checked in, all the kids were like, hey, we have this, this tall kid, he's an athlete, he's a basketball player. So they were talking about this, he's a phenomenal athlete who was just walking campus, he was 6'4". The first conversation I had with Justyn wasn't even about football, it was 100% about academics. Like, he wanted to know what kind of graduation rates and AP courses, and for a 16-year-old kid, those are usually not the first things that they talk about. So that's when I knew that he was something special.
Being from Inglewood and playing for my city is big. I get to really represent what Inglewood football is about, and there's no hiding it. I'm from Inglewood, and I love being from Inglewood, and I represent this city to the fullest, so I'm glad. My first impressions on Inglewood, really, it was full of work, just work, just lifting, running, throwing every day on a rotation, getting with my receivers. They taught me how to be a leader, and they really molded me into the player that I am today, so it was really a great experience.
It definitely sends a message out that Inglewood is doing something special as far as our football program, but it also shows the world that we're doing something academically. I don't think there's a school who can say they have 3 young men who are going to UCLA, one of the most prestigious academic schools in the country. And inner city schools, Inglewood, for example, gets knocked about our academics, but like I said, we have a 4.8 kid, 3.9 kid. These are not outliers. This is what we produce here at this school, and people actually should investigate and do due diligence and find out what we're doing academically.
What I learned at Inglewood was really just how to become a leader and get the guys around you to become better as a unit, and bringing everybody together, working with my receivers, working with my linemen, doing extra, just embracing the outside of the field role of a quarterback. And I really had to grow up in a sense, and it really taught me a lot about just being a leader in all aspects of life. So that's the major thing that I learned at Inglewood.
He's a lead by example type guy. He's not really a rah-rah guy. Now, when he needs to, he'll get into you, but for the most part, he's the first guy in, last guy out. All the old cliches and adages about just being a leader, that's who Justyn is. It starts in the classroom. He has a 4.8 GPA, so he shows all the players that, hey, you can have athletic success as well as academic success. And then the moment he steps on the field, like I said, he's just a grinder, and so he leads by example. But he's a stellar leader for sure.
He'll pick you up if you're down. Like, say if I was to drop a pass or anything like that, he'll pick my head up and tell me to keep going, and that's what we'll do.
Coming to UCLA with two of my teammates is big, and I talk to those guys every single day, so I get to build that with them and take our talents from Inglewood over to Westwood. So that's what I'm really excited about.
It's really a blessing. Like, we're on the same team again, so it's gonna be that dynamic duo they've been seeing throughout Inglewood. We can win some championships and break some records again, honestly. I feel like we're gonna do real good in the Pac-12.
I really like my position coach, Coach Ryan Gunderson and Coach Kelly. I really like what they're doing right now on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback's having a lot of success, and I feel like I can insert myself in that offense pretty well, so that's what I really liked about it.
Plenty of time! Get out of here! Eyes up! Protect the ball! Out of bounds! Out of bounds! He's trying to get them yards, right?
I think he, like I said, you look at the Pac-12 at this current stand, they have some really good quarterbacks. I think he's in line to be one of the top. He has all the intangibles.
Most Pac-12 schools have a quarterback that can move a little bit. If you look at UCLA now, you have DTR, who's he can run, but he's not predominantly a running quarterback. But having that skill set is something that we're definitely high on. Most of the quarterbacks now, they have to understand that they have to extend plays, they have to move, they have to be fast in their action points so they can create better opportunities for their teammates.
Playing college football in Los Angeles is big for me just because I'm from the area and I played here all my life, so it's really big for me. And I get to represent my city again, so I look forward to doing it. My aspirations with the game of football are to go all the way, and I want to be one of the greatest athletes to ever play and across any sport. So that's really my goal, and I feel like I have the tools to make it happen, so why not do it?
Justyn, he can honestly go to the league with it. I really feel like he can. Hopefully, if me and him become the same team in the league, that would be crazy. Super Bowl automatically, anytime, for sure.
Honestly, I see Justyn being successful in anything he does. Like if football stops today, he's going to be successful. That's just who he is. If he owns businesses or if he creates the new high-end tech, Justyn's going to be fine because he's one of those guys who's just motivated, who motivates themselves, and he doesn't need much push from anyone. And his drive sets him apart from everyone.